Hey, Shell Love here. Hello, my healing friends. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my story and what happened and how I got on this healing journey. So I started out life ramen raised. Definitely did not know the things I know today and how to take care of myself. I was on a path of self-destruction. Most of us know all about that. So I fizzed out. I started getting sick, stressful relationships, bad habits, bad food choices, all the above. I started looking for answers, and I ended up in the hands of some doctors, and I had a messed up situation from an MRI injection, which caused my eyes to sink in the back of my head almost. I remember being very black under my eyes and feeling the loss of all muscle and not being able to walk, not being able to think. I got multiple sclerosis. I have learned a lot now about it, which we can get into more detail on all that stuff later down the road. But I got sick. I got so sick, I hurt so bad. I was crawling to throw chicken nuggets in the stove for my kids. I crawled to the bathroom. I remember being in so much pain, I had to hold the back of my head. These are magic, these hands, holding the back of my head and the front of my head and just crying and laying there for days, not really being able to do anything. I remember my son coming home and asking me a question and it hurting to think, it physically hurting, like not being able to remember anything, just completely wiped out at 28 years old. You don't know, but I was a very, very active person. So to go from I can run and jump and climb to I can't take 2 steps too fast without having to lay down for a few days, it was agony. Even just having to say I was sick, I was a very proud person. Never had a cold take me down, never asked for help once in my life, until then, I actually was very humbled through all this, and it was an amazing experience. It was a complete 180 lifestyle. I couldn't listen to the same music. I couldn't think the same way. I couldn't, even stand to be around a cigarette because it made me feel so sick. Like if you turn the microwave on, I would hurt for 24 hours. So a lot of isolation. I think when you hurt that bad, you kind of are left with no choice but to pray. I remember holding myself for days, just not knowing what else I could do. I started, hoping, wishing like something give me an answer. How can I do this? I was researching, and 2/3 of people end up in a wheelchair that take the medication for multiple sclerosis. And I'm like, they're the ones that gave me multiple sclerosis in the first place. I know that's a bold statement, but it's one I'm willing to make. And so all of a sudden this Dr. Terry Wallace TED Talk pops up. And she had multiple sclerosis to the point where she was in a wheelchair. 10 years, she cured herself by eating vegetables, kale and cabbage, high sulfur vegetables, eating according to her mitochondria. Blew me away. Within 3 weeks, she was walking again. Within 3 months of diet change and eating vegetables, this woman was on a bicycle and riding a bike after 3 months of eating vegetables, after 10 years of being unable to do anything, and then just changing your diet and eating vegetables and not eating bad food, junk food, that fake food, and being able to live again. Do you understand that? I couldn't walk, you know? And I did it. I changed my diet, and within 1 week, I was up and walking. Not fast, okay, mind you, but I could move, and it didn't hurt. I moved slow. I had to learn how to do everything again. I had to learn how to eat, how to sleep right, you know, little things that I wasn't taking care of myself. And I put myself so behind everything else that I lost myself. I fizzed out, you know. But all of a sudden, I had my life coming back to me, you know. I'm a mom of 4 children now. I had 3 at the time. And I couldn't play with my kids anymore. I always remember chasing, you know, the kids, and playing all day. I'm playing with other people's kids at the park. Like, you couldn't stop me from playing. I got sick, and I became the mom that had to lay down or had to sit in the car and wait, you know? Like, you judge people. You don't know. You know, you think you know, but you don't know. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know how bad people are hurting, you know. So I was doing really good. You know, I could at least take them, get out of the house, you know. And we were doing great. But it did take a little bit of extra something, and I like to make that in part of my story too. We've all heard of Rick Simpson oil and the CBDs and cannabis being a healing agent. Well, I was able to get some oil at the time, and I remember the first time I got some oil, within days, I was running up the slides, playing with my kids for the first time in over a year. It was amazing, you know, to have your whole life taken from you and then get it back. Oh my gosh, talk about grateful. I am grateful for things that I don't think people get to be as grateful for like I am. I'm grateful that I can breathe. I am grateful that I can walk, that I can talk. I've had some issues, you know, that just blows my mind that I've overcome. And I've set my whole life now, my whole goal in life is to help people. Like, help encourage them to eat healthy, help encourage them to get right. It is healing the body, mind, and spirit. You know, at first, for a long time, I only healed my body, only did the diet change. Well, I had to do my mind. I had to let go of some stuff. I had to release some trapped emotions. We had to cut some negative cords. We'll get all into that. It's amazing. And I had to physically and mentally change everything, you know? And at first it's almost uncomfortable because you're so set on who you were. You're so set on what you stand for and what is you and what isn't. And then to have to change everything and to have to be different and to have to reevaluate yourself, it's a lot, you know? I feel like when I was doing it, everybody was against me. Everybody was trying to shove donuts in my face. Come on, cheat, you know you want to. And like, no, that bad food is literally killing me. Sugar was killing me. We can get into my whole sugar story forever. But, yeah, so I definitely found my way. And I want to help people find their way. We can get into more of that. There's lots of tools and helping, you know, sound waves. Oh, I see, video done. I just want to say thank you for being here with me and hearing my story. I would love to hear your story. I have a lot of different people around me and a lot of different things where people, it's lupus, it's multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia. It's all the same. It's all the same autoimmune disease. It's all the same struggle. Our bodies are just choosing a different way to show us that it's struggling. But it all heals the same way. 80% of your immune system is your gut. There you go. Let's heal the gut. We got 80% of our immune system back. The rest is up here, and you can do that. Cut those negative cords. We can do this together. You know, 1/3 of your healing is you telling yourself that you can heal. That's all you have to do right now is say, I am healing. You know, you've said it. I'm sick. There's something wrong with me. I got to find out what's wrong with me. You've been chasing the wrong with me, wrong with me. Well, law of attraction. We have to put out what we are now. And we're not sick anymore because we're not going to stand for sick anymore. We are getting better. You are healing. We are healing. Let's heal. Say it. I am healing. I used to be sick. Now I'm healing. It's going to take some time, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. And it is amazing how fast our bodies rehabilitate themselves. You know, as soon as you start putting the good in, it starts taking the good and absorbing it. It's, I mean, the same way as soon as you start putting the bad in. So let's find ourselves. Let's find what we need. This channel is going to be a baby step. I remember hurting. I know what it's like. I'm not going to try to make you go in downward dog right now. If you're not ready, we are going to step by step get you there. And imagine that moment when you know that you can do downward dog again. I haven't done downward dog for how long? And now I can't. I remember going into a push-up and my shoulder cracking. My muscles started degenerating. I got so weak. My shoulder popped and hurt for a year. I didn't do push-ups for a year. There's things I didn't do for a year. I remember picking up a little tiny purse and getting a head strain from it. It hurt so bad. It was crazy. So I know what it's like. And we can talk about what it's like. We can get it all out. Blog it all out. Write it down because you're going to move past that. You're going to get past it. This was what I was, and I'm going to be able to look back at my story and tell my story. I'm going to know what it's like to feel like your face is being ripped off, you know? Just the other day, I was jumping rope, okay? I explained jumping, like even just taking a jump in the air, as being thrown in a ton of gravel and then dropped off a cliff. Like literally is how you feel when you try to jump. Like I jumped rope. I jumped rope like nobody's business. But I'm not trying to blow. I'm very excited for my healing, and I want you to be excited for your healing too. We're just gonna take it one step at a time. Okay? Namaste, my friends, and thank you for talking with me and being with me, and I hope we can do some healing together. I'm here for you, my friend. You are worth it. We can do this. Bless you.